Luke stood anxious and alone, feeling like a prodigal son outside the ramshackle collapsed hut that had once been the home of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Han waited by his repaired swoop. Drinking the last of their water, Luke swallowed and stepped forward, his footsteps crunching in the silence. He had not been here in many years. The door had fallen off its hinges, part of the clay front wall had fallen in. Gingerly he ducked low and stepped into the home of his first mentor. Lights slanted in from cracks in the walls. Dust motes drifted like gold dust through the sunbeams. The place smelled of mold, empty shadows, and ghosts. Luke stood in the middle of the room, breathing deeply, turning around, trying to sense the presence he desperately needed to see. This was the place where Obi-Wan Kenobi had told Luke of the Force. Obi-Wan and Yoda had begun to prepare him, but had left Luke with so many questions, so much knowledge unlearned. And the insane Joruus C'baoth had been able to tell him only perversions of what a true Jedi needed to know. The Emperor had shown Luke dark-side ways, but Luke needed to understand so much more. He needed to know how to save Callista. Ben. He closed his eyes, calling out with his mind as well as his voice. He tried to penetrate the invisible walls of the Force and reach Obi-Wan Kenobi, who had visited him numerous times before saying he could never speak with Luke again. "Ben, I need you," Luke said. Luke paused and listened, and sensed, but felt nothing. If he could not summon Obi-Wan's spirit here in his old dwelling, Luke doubted he could find his former teacher ever again. Luke swallowed his despair, vowing never to give up his quest to help Callista. Perhaps that was the message. Obi-Wan's silence proved to him that he could not rely on his old teachers to help him. Luke would have to solve his own problems.